pleasure more than family. So dreams actually change, but of course, through time, as we become more, kumbaga, hashtag adulting, we grow older, our dreams seem to change also, no, and our priorities change. So for me, my suggestion is when you dream, ask yourself, if I have all the money, all the time, all the resources in the world, what would I want to be? What would I want to achieve? Diba? Kasi sometimes our dreams are hindered by yung parang circumstances na parang iniisip natin, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the resources. But if you ask yourself, no, if I have all the resources, time, money in the world, all the connections, what is it that I really want? Yun yung tatanong natin sa sarili natin. Because by asking that, we get to uncover our deepest desires, our deepest dreams na dati nabaon na natin sa likod. So yeah, so dreams don't work unless we do. But of course, we don't work unless we have a very, very, very big dream that will compel us to work.
Thank you very much, guys. Does anybody have questions for our panel here about your dreams? Mommy Lace? Here.
Hi Mark. I see you on TV. What specific financial products can you share with us that will help the majority of Filipinos to achieve their dreams?
Well, we have in financial planning what we call a financial needs pyramid. It looks like a food pyramid. No? So, sa baba, at the very bottom is of course cash flow management. So, yun, that cash flow management is very important kasi lifeblood natin, cash eh. So, by properly managing cash, no, so we have to manage cash. Then we have protection. No? So under protection, of course, we have different products for protection because, you know, most people think about earning money. They just want to earn so much money, but they don't get to realize that sometimes you don't have to focus only on the revenue. You have to also focus on the expenses, no? Kasi sometimes, sobrang focus natin sa saan malaki ang kikitain, saan ang malaki kikitain. We don't get to protect ourselves in cases of accidents, disability, sickness. So, dyan papasok yung mga protection products like health insurance, BUL, life insurance. And then, on a higher scale, you go for investments such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Of course, consider an investment depending kung ano yung goal mo, kung gaano kalayo. No? Kasi if your goal is quite far, you want to travel to, for example, Baguio, no? You cannot just walk going to Baguio. You have to take a bus. But if you will be like, just want to buy something sa sari-sari store, you don't take a bus to go to the sari-sari store, you just walk, diba? Ganun din. So if you want a long-term goal, consider an investment that would give you a higher return. Some people say naman, parang, nakakatakot naman ang stocks, no? Pero think about it. If your goal is 30 years, 20 years from now, lalagay mo lang sa time deposit earning 1%. Parang, lugi ka, inflation is 4%. So parang, yung pera mo, inakain ng inflation, no? So you have to have something that will earn more than that. Stocks, bonds, some people, they go invest in commodities. Of course, having a business is a great idea, no? Of course, that's a great idea. Forex could be a good idea, no? And then, of course, consider once you have all the assets, estate planning. That's the highest. I mean, everyone needs to have estate plans. So that could be a will. I personally have an estate plan. As little as I have a parang clear book na nandun na lahat ng mga assets ko. I take photocopies of my ATMs, my credit cards, the cars, yung CROR ng cars, photocopy ko. I put it in a clear book para if something happens to me, my parents don't need to parang look for saan kayang bank merong pera si Mark, di ba? I also put there my life insurance policies, my memorial plans, everything is there. So para if something happens to me, parang andun na will ko, andun na lahat ng instructions ko, di ba? So, ready na, di ba? I mean, it's a reality, no? Face it, it's a reality. So yun, it's quite long, so.
I think follow up. To Isa, as an investor, how do you feel about the current market status?
Ano ba? Pag Miss Universe na po yung answer ba dapat?
I don't know that.
Okay. how do I feel about that? You know, I don't feel quite nervous about it because I think that's the thing when you're diversified. Okay? When you have different kinds of assets working for you. Halimbawa, if I'm only investing into stocks, nakakakaba. Kasi pag nanalo si Trump, mag-iiba yung direction ng market. But because I have safe investments, I have time deposit, I have banks, I have fixed income fund. Because I have that kind of investment, parang hindi siya nakakatakot. Diba? Parang hindi ako masyadong kinakabahan. So, really, when we choose investments, it matters that you're diversified, na hindi ka lang one asset class, na hindi ka lang isang type of investment, di ba? Diversify your portfolio so that even with uncertain market conditions, okay ka, relax ka lang. And I think you'll only be concerned if you're more of a short-term investor, pag active, di ba? Pero if you're investing because you intend to use it for the long term, that minimizes the fear in a way, di ba? Especially in the Philippines, napaka-sound naman ng fundamentals natin, na economic fundamentals natin. So, it lessens the fear as an investor talaga for me.
Yeah, you want to add something?
Yes. When you consider investing in the stock market, syempre tinitingnan natin yung market in general. Pero for me kasi, like what Lisa said, there are some stocks that perform well in a good economy, and there are some stocks that do not perform well in a good economy, no? So you always tend to consider the economy now, no? At titingnan mo kung saan ang buhos ng pera. Now, as if you consider where's the money going in, and you see a lot of constructions coming in, you might see na parang, oh, baka doon tayo papunta, doon tayo sa construction boom, so maybe a little inclination on construction stocks. Of course, if an economy is growing, doon tayo sa energy, papasok ang energy, no? So, like Lisa said, the economy is doing well. Yes, Trump won, but wait and see pa naman yung kung anong mangyayari kay Trump. Parang, kasi si Trump may pagka si Duterte, na parang pag nagsabi siya, pwedeng totoo, pwedeng hindi, di ba? So, yeah, it's true. Medyo confusing yung statements niya like sasabihin niya na yung ganito, ganyan. But at the end of the day, sa government, there are three powers, like executive, judiciary, and of course yung legislative. So the president is just one of the system. So yung system ng Pilipinas is in place, di ba? Kahit yung isang presidente natin magloko, hindi naman ganun kagrabe ang effect nito.
There are fail-safes in government.
Yes.
And it helps to have all your bases covered. And I guess to Mark's point is keep aware of all of these opportunities around you. Yeah, Enzo, you want to? Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. You've mentioned earlier that in order to achieve your dream, you have to start early in life. But what about and how about for those people who started at the very late in their timeline and what words of encouragement can you give or advise?
Yeah, di ba ang KFC, KFC is very popular now, no? The one who started KFC was like 60 years old when he started KFC. So, alam mo, sometimes there are some people who start early, but they, parang, at the end, parang they fail. Kasi sometimes, you try to achieve a goal, pero wala naman talagang purpose yung goal mo. Sometimes kasi, success is relative. Really, success is relative. You see a lot of people having these houses, these cars, pero titingnan mo, if you dig into their life, makikita mo sadness. No? Kasi sa totoo lang, if your success is, success ko yun eh. Success ko yun eh. So, ang suggestion ko is, wag tayong that's the source of all misery eh, comparison. So, sa totoo lang, kung meron kang goal, yan ang gusto mong mangyari, try to do it. Kung hindi mo man siya ma-achieve in your lifetime, at least you tried. Diba? No matter how old we are, it's never too late to dream. Like yung sa KFC, nag-found ng KFC.
At saka diba sabi nila lagi, parang the best time to prepare was yesterday. but the next best time is today. So I think, as long as you do decide, there's really no best time. Like, best time was when I was younger. Of course, it's good if you're young and you decide to start, diba? But there's always that day for you to, start. And just start. Yun,
So I think that that about wraps it up for our interviews. We're okay. Oh, sige, fine. Yes, one more question.
Sorry about that. Hello, my name is Karina, and this question is for Miss Lisa. What makes for a dreamer to be an absolute one? Saka, ano yung factor na nag-put sa word na absolute one? Thank you.
Okay. I think absolute is limitless. Diba? Limitless ka. Pang Miss Universe talaga ang mga question. Grabe. Hindi ako prepared. But anyway, kasi for a dream to be really absolute, it should not really have limits. And in reality naman talaga, dreams should not have limits. You shouldn't let your fear, sabi ni Janice, you shouldn't let your fear stop you from reaching them. Diba? Because yun na nga lang ang libre sa mundo, kahit tubig at air, meron ng bayad. Diba? So, dreams are the only thing that's free right now. Diba? So, let the fear not stop us from dreaming. So, let's dream.
These are what we call blue chip stocks, dividend stocks. So, ang suggestion ko, fear, the problem and the solution to fear is knowledge. So, by knowing where you are going and what you are going into would allow you to remove fear.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Isa, sige.
Sorry. Siguro one more thing is, kaya talagang maganda rin if you talk to a financial advisor, because a financial advisor would be able to map out something for you. Because, di ba, we're good at what we do eh. We're good at, we're good at yung specialization na natin. These things, a financial advisor would really be able to map it out for you. And second, siguro you partner with a reputable institution that can help you really make your dreams happen. Halimbawa, if you're single, this particular institution can help you, like Insular Life, di ba? Like Insular Life, di ba? Parang, Insular Life will be able to guide you through that per life stage. Right? So,
I think that's the perfect segue. Thank you very much for that question, Badette. We've heard from our panel of experts here about how to achieve your dreams, but we're just gonna have a little fun test for them to see how well they know their dreams or dreams in general. We're gonna need some volunteers for this next portion, huh? People have already volunteered earlier. Az, MJ, and Jinky, please step forward, and we'll partner you up with our absolute dreamers here in front. Can you talk to us about what makes Insular Life the best solid partner for helping people achieve their goals?
I think given our age, Insular Life is one of the oldest institution in the country. But that doesn't stop Insular Life to innovate our service to our clients. Through technology, we didn't stop innovating our service to help clients.
Okay, speaking of innovations, you have an innovation that you'll be introducing to us now, right?
I think everybody download the app already.
Everybody has the app? Finance Manager app?
I didn't prepare any presentation because I hope we can use it together, some kind of a demo.
Yeah,
Are we okay with that?
We'll take the app for a spin, guys. Walk us through it.
Okay, so everybody open the app first, and on the upper left corner of the app, we can click the menu. Yes. Within the five categories of the app, the overview, categories, financial planning, receipt capture, and the receipts. So basically, the receipt capture and the receipts, it's a common usage na ito yung camera to take picture of the receipts para hindi natin siya mawala. And the receipt part is where we can save the receipts. We will focus on the three parts, the overview, categories, and the financial planning. So let's start with the categories. Okay? This part is where we can set our expenses on a monthly basis. Since I know that we as individuals have different expense, we can personalize this based on color or based on name. Like for the girls, you can put there what you love to shop. For the men's, we can put here our hobbies like baby number 1 or baby number 2. So we can really personalize it based on our own expense. Yeah. Also, we can, for me kasi I'm a collector of Lego. So I put Lego under my expense. For the others, you can put Uniqlo or food or any. So once we put our expense here, based on our personal usage, we can go now on the overview part. So for the overview part, there is a plus sign on the lower right. We see it? Yes. So initially, we need to set our budget first. For setting the budget, it will be per category. So for example, for food, for transportation, per phone bills. Then once we have set our budget, we can already click the expense and add our expense. Everybody can follow po? Okay, so that's just one example. The good thing of this app is when we go to the financial planning part, we can now monitor the monthly budget and the total expense. Tama po ba? Nag-add or nag-minus? And have we seen our savings? Yeah. Then, if we scroll down the app, there is a projection there where you can see how much your money can work for you. Are we on the same page? Yeah. And we are connected now in the internet. If we click the lowest portion of the app, which is your future depends on what you do today, click here. It will bring you to our Insular Life page where you will know what you want to save for. Is it for your lifestyle, investment, income protection, education funding? Okay? So let's go back to the app. This app can be used every month. Kasi every month naman iba-iba yung expense natin. Like for me, minsan overspending tayo sa food or other stuff. But hopefully through this app, we will monitor our spending habit. Kasi sometimes we think na we need to wait for our bonuses to save or start investing. What we don't know is we can really start investing now by just really monitoring our spending habit. Kasi on a monthly basis, minsan magugulat tayo na, ay, may savings pala ako. Kasi minsan, pag may nakita tayong sale sa isang mall, nawawala na agad yung possible savings. So basically, that's the basic usage of our Insular app. Is there any questions or clarification of the function? Okay naman. Okay naman?
Alright, so okay, Mickey here just took you through a quick step-by-step on how to use the app. But we have a challenge now. We're going to pose a challenge for everybody here now. It's time to start saving for your dreams. After you heard all the stories today from our absolute dreamers, it's time to habitualize saving for your dreams. So we have a challenge for you now. It's the Insular Life's 11 Days to Your Magandang Araw Challenge. An 11-day journey to bring you closer to your absolute dreams by helping you manage your expenses for the next 11 days with the help of the app. So if you're ready, we're going to walk you through this challenge that we're going to be undertaking for the next 11 days. To complete this challenge, there are 4 initial steps you need to undertake. Which is first is to be here today, which is great. You guys are here. We've just walked you through the app. That was step 2. You've downloaded it and you're using it now. Number 3, the third step, is to pick and finish the lifestyle challenge. And number 4, you need to document your 11 days Magandang Araw challenge experience. And we're going to turn you into your own inspiring story of absolute dreaming. So what are the next steps? You need to pick a category. You need to pick a category. Some of you here are moms, young home starters. Some of you are all about traveling. Some of you are all about food, sports, or technology. So everybody here has an interest. Choose one. Because your prizes later will depend on it. So, if you're a mom, the challenge might be preparing a grand dinner for the family. If you're a young home starter, the challenge can be buying a functional piece for your home. If you're a traveler, the challenge is finding a healthy or large serving meal under 100 pesos. The next challenge, if you're a traveler, is prepare a complete travel kit that will fit your budget. If you're sports-minded, find the best sport accessories under 400 pesos. Or if you're a techie, it's sharing the wisest buy for techies like yourselves. So these are the challenges these are just examples of challenges you can complete for yourselves, given the category that you pick. These are just examples of the stories that you can come out with. It should include a feature of the Finance Manager app, because we need to show people how it's used, how easily, how functional it is, how convenient it is to use. It would also be great if we could share insights on how to make the most out of our money when as we undergo this process. It should also include your big dream and your strategy on how to achieve it with Insular Life. And it must be tagged. It must tag at least one of Insular Life's online channels. There are hashtags like that we will ask you to use, like Insular Life, hashtag Magandang Araw, and the last hashtag is 11 days to Magandang Araw. The prizes, depending on your category, only one person will win this. Only one person will win this. If you choose the category mom, and I'm just talking to the moms, don't pretend moms, and a 25,000 peso gift certificate from your social media following, 50 to 200 likes, comments, or shares will get you 5 more points, whereas more than 200, like 201, will get you 10 more points. This has actually been handed to you, but if you have questions about the criteria, feel free to ask our guys from Stratworks. Just an example of how you can do your challenge on your social media. On day 1, you can post about our activity today and what you learned from our table of absolute dreamers. Of course, using again the hashtags Insular Life, hashtag Magandang Araw, and hashtag 11 days to Magandang Araw. Day 2 is possibly tomorrow is when you can start talking about your saving strategy. Day 3 is, say, a test drive, how you're using the app or how you're learning to use the app. Number 4 is possibly, I won't take you through all of this. This really will be up to you. We're just giving you an example. Can be your use of the other functionalities of the app. As mentioned by Miggy, there are other functionalities, like Spotify's on it. Oh, it's a different app. Right. So there you go. Just examples of how you can program your 11-day challenge. Right? So again, after 11 days, we will know who the winner is based on the content and engagement. Right? Are there any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to approach John or Carla. Oh, yeah. So right about now, I'd like to call back our absolute dreamers to join Miggy here, front and center. And the Senior Assistant Vice President of Insular Life, Ma'am Ana Soriano. For a photo op. Let's whip out our phones. Whip out our phones. Miggy's gonna show you how to use the app.